So what you got next for me?
So I'm actually, a lot of chefs don't like desserts. Like some chefs say pastry chefs handle dessert, but most chefs are like, all right, I just learned how to cook savory food. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
So I like to make a little twist on it. So I have a dessert that is not probably thought of as a traditional dessert, but we're going to amplify it. So what we're doing right now is I'm going to bring some butternut squash.
Okay.
And butternut squash is a great alternative to a sweet potato. A little less starchy. And still has some great flavor. So what I did was actually marinated butternut squash. Use a little pumpkin spice, a little Ceylon cinnamon. Well, actually, no, Vietnamese cinnamon on this.
Okay.
Roasted it down, which got it a little softer. And after doing that, now what we're going to do is I made a little chocolate sauce, but I didn't use traditional chocolate. So once again, it's trying to think some healthy notes. So we took a cacao powder, flavored up, used that to flavor up a little grapeseed oil and a little date syrup. Because at the end of the day, sugar is not always beneficial, but there's different levels to ways we can sweeten things. So date syrup or date sugar are seen as healthier sugar options.
Gotcha.
All right. So I use that to make this like chocolate sauce. So what we're going to do is put a little bit of that, drizzle that over just like this. So you're going to get a little chocolate flavor on this butternut squash. But then, just to have a little more fun, what we did was actually toast up some walnuts. So I got to pull that out. So now I actually continue to add flavor to these different elements of what you're cooking.
So how do you dream? Are you like researching stuff, or are you just trying stuff?
And I dream in color and I dream in flavor. Like so. When I started my personal chef business, I called it blank canvas cooking.
Okay.
Because I literally look at each plate as a blank canvas. Mm-hmm. And I was not gifted in art, like drawing. Like I had visions, but when I tried to actually put it on a canvas or a piece of paper, came out totally wrong. Yeah. So with that, food has become my art. I'm also going to give you a little coconut sugar. One of the things when you work with sugar, sometimes you don't want to roast it because it can caramelize too quick, so it'll actually have a more burnt effect. So sometimes you want to put some sugars on afterwards. So I'm giving you a little coconut sugar afterwards, and I'm going to give you a little zest of orange. One of the things I did learn is most of the flavor of citrus fruits are in the skin. So some people would think, I just cut it, put some juice in it. No, a lot of the flavor, the essence of citrus fruits are right here in the skin. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of orange zest on that as well. Now remember, this is going to be a little warm.
Nice.
So it would have been great to have some ice cream, but no, we're just going to give you this in a different manner. We don't have to always put ice cream or whipped cream on a dish to make it a true dessert. But it has a nice little sweet touch.
So I just eat the whole thing skin too?
Well, we're not going to eat the skin on this. Okay. So the skin is pretty rough, so you can use kind of slice into it. Should be pretty tender. It's almost like an elevated sweet potato pie.
Wow. I was not expecting that.
Not for butternut squash.
That's not what I was imagining going in my palate.
And you get a little extra flavor with the walnuts because you toasted them. Add a little cinnamon to the walnuts as well.
Wow.
So the goal is to continue to just add flavor at every single level of the dish.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one more of them, bro. Golly.
If you want to take it even further, we could have definitely used like a little creme fraiche, or what I would have done is maybe make like a whipped cream, use like some hemp seeds or almond milk.
It's like you tricked me.
Because you expect it to be a little more savory?
No, it's really a vegetable, but it's a dessert.
Imagine that. You've experienced a full plant-based meal, and at the end, I just called it food. It's just good food. We didn't think about it. You didn't think you were going to eat vegan day, but you did.
So everything was, yeah.
There was not one single animal utilized in the making of these dishes. Everything came from the beauty of plants, of vegetables, fruits. That's it. And some grains.
Okay. Wow.
And you feel satisfied, right?
I feel amazing right now. I feel amazing, Chef.
Almost like a guilt-free dessert.
Yeah. So, when is the cookbook coming out?
And so, interestingly enough, it's something that I actually is a passion project I wanted to put together. So, I got a chance to work with another of the NFL guy. I was a wide receiver and worked with him for a few years. And worked with him, I figured that I want to be able to do something to show like maybe 30 meals or 30 dishes of an athlete. Eat like a pro. So that is on my wish list.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to work on that. But funny enough, right now, my girlfriend and I, we are working on a cookbook. We're doing something within the plant-based space. We're taking some traditional foods and just remixing them and making them vegan.
Okay.
So we're in the midst of doing that. Ideally, it should be done before March. But just the testing phase of recipes, it's time-consuming, but it's a passion project. It will be done.
So, what is done, you got, I don't want to say it wrong, unaltered?
Unaltered, which is, bro, when I tell you just the concept behind it, I didn't do it alone, but I had a business partner work with Unaltered. But Unaltered is a phenomenal product, and it's more than just the name. It's actually a deeper meaning because the product itself is slightly unaltered. You want to eat things in its most natural form to get the most benefit out of it.
And it is, can you explain what it is? It's a protein bar?
It's a snack bar.
Snack bar, okay.
You can even call it an energy bar, but I don't want you because people are getting on an energy bar, and which is so weird, this whole term energy. But I tell you, all food gives you energy. So everything's an energy bar. But we decided to put that in a category because we need stimulated energy. Like, no, all food can provide you energy. All right. But no, this is a snack bar. So it's something that we use 7 or less ingredients, no added sugar, there's no preservatives. We have simply taken the beauty of dates, mashed that up with a grain called amaranth grain, which is a gluten-free grain, and then we created 4 flavors to start with. Mm-hmm. Some flavors we include sea moss, some flavors we include something like burdock, some we use natural flavors like carrot powder, which is another derivative like a chocolatey taste. Mm-hmm. We use Ceylon cinnamon, which is a more natural cinnamon taste. We add walnuts, Brazil nuts to some. People don't even realize Brazil nuts are an actual complete protein. So when you're looking for those essential amino acids, you can get that in Brazil nuts. We have another bar where we use hemp seeds, which is another complete protein, which you can get your essential amino acids. So like I tell athletes a lot of times, you don't have to always go to these big protein powders. And don't knock on those supplement companies. But we can keep that protein intake, that essential amino acid intake, we can keep it simple. Add Brazil nuts and hemp seeds to the shakes you're making, and you're getting a great amount of protein that will benefit your body without some of the fillers. Because that's what scares me about some clients. They get a lot of tubs, but they don't read the real details and see everything that's in these tubs. Because when you grind stuff up to a powder, you can put a lot of things in it that you miss. So yes, our products are just very clean, simple products, ingredients that you understand. That's my biggest thing when it comes to eating. Eat simple. Eat food that you understand. Like, you don't understand what that ingredient is, you might not want to put it in your body.
Yeah.
If you don't know what it is, you don't know what it's going to do.
That makes sense. But we don't.
Nah, we just make it taste good. Like, okay. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
Yeah. And then you got Mad Harvest. And we had some of these last time. And these
what'd you think about it?
Amazing. Like, really, probably the best fruit juice I've had.
I'm honored. I appreciate that.
Cause you gave me.
There was a beet one that messed your head
up.
I
was like, nah, I'm not drinking no beet juice. And it was crazy good.
And that's what I love about doing this with just natural foods. Like, first of all, with juice in general. There's a lot of juice companies that add preservatives. A lot of juice companies that add perfumes. You don't even realize some juices have chemicals to smell, create the scent of an orange. It's not just a real orange. Yeah. So there's things in juices that don't need to be there. I created these juices to just magnify the fruits and the vegetables that's in them. That's it. Because nature has given a lot of fruits all the sweetness we need. Like, when I let people try that apple juice, they're like, it must be some sugar in it. Like,
that apple juice was... That apple juice was like...
And it's apples. Like, the apples did the magic. I just put them in the bottle.
Yeah.
Yes. So
this is Mad Harvest. Yeah.
Man, I'm proud of the product because the product came out of a need. Once again, I was with the client. He wasn't eating enough fruits and veggies. He's basically in the off season. I'm like, yo, you need this stuff in your body. What's going on? So I'm like, I got to find a better way. Your chef should be able to think on the fly to create a solution to get you what you need. Mm-hmm. If you wasn't want to eat these veggies for whatever reason, you're going to drink them. Yeah. So I came up with 3 flavors of juices and just started doing it on a regular basis. And he liked it. And I was like, all right, cool. I know he's getting what he needs. So something clicked. I had another business partner who I talked to about it. And we pretty much came up with the name together, the concept. And it went from just being about juices to where Mad Harvest is now, where we are a healthy lifestyle brand. And the goal is to get people to consume more fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
We start with the juices, but then we finish on with the education. We do health coaching. We get people into sea moss, get them into these natural bars as well, and help them understand that healthy can taste good.
Yeah.
Healthy can be convenient, and we want to make sure healthy is accessible.
So last thing is the sea moss. Like I had some before we started.
Yeah.
Like what is? It's a big thing now.
It's becoming a craze in America. Yes.
So can you explain the reasoning behind it?
So sea moss is typically harvested in the ocean, in a lot of Caribbean areas, even on the coast of like Africa, South America, Ireland as well. A lot of Caribbean folks are into natural eating.
Yeah, gotcha.
A popular drink in Jamaica is Irish moss. So Irish moss is something that makes your manhood strong. A lot of guys drink it so they can get that good love, right? But in the States, we didn't know about it, but it's become so popular now where ultimately I like to compare sea moss to like the mineral version of a multivitamin because quality sea moss, I must emphasize that, quality sea moss. When I say that quality, I mean sea moss is being harvested off of the rocks in the ocean, is providing that plant, that ocean vegetable, with at least 92 minerals that benefit your body, help you function better.
Can you explain? Off camera, you explained it to me, and you had me like, wow. Can you explain the difference between, like you said, quality sea moss and then not quality, or how it can be stepped on, for lack of a better term?
I'll say compared to the fish industry, you have wild caught fish, you have farm raised fish. They're raised completely differently. Farm raised fish are trapped in a contained area, not clean. They are swimming amongst a lot of crap and poop. So you're not getting the highest quality in that farm raised fish.
Gotcha.
When it comes down to it. Wild caught fish are out in the wild and free, and they are consuming what they should consume naturally out in the ocean. Mm-hmm. Now, when we get to the water, that's a whole other level because technically, a lot of our waters can be polluted. Yeah. There's oil spills that happen when we don't even realize it, but that oil spills in the water. You think somebody's coming with a wet vac to clean it up? Yeah. No, it's trickling through the ocean and floating through everywhere. So a lot of things that are in the ocean will still get a little tainted. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, when we did sea moss, some sea moss becomes farm raised. There are people that are trying to fill the demand so bad that they are taking this sea vegetable and they're growing it in pools or they're hanging it in the ocean and it's not truly coming from a rock. Mm-hmm. The rocks, the coral, are fusing the minerals in that sea vegetable, that sea plant. Mm-hmm. So if you're not pulling that sea moss from that rock, that coral, then you're not getting the maximum amount of nutrient and minerals that your body will actually thrive from.
Gotcha.
So that's why we want to separate that difference.
The other thing is you explained to me about the flavoring of it, how some people put fruit or flavor in it, and what are the positives and negatives about it?
So because sea moss should not have much of a taste, there's typically 2 main types of sea moss, will be gold and purple. There are some that are other colors, but mainly gold and purple, and there's different strains within that gold and purple color. Mm-hmm. So typically sea moss should have a very neutral flavor. What I've experienced with the purple, it still tastes a little bit oceanic, but there are people that are trying to mask any type of oceanic taste. So people are starting to add fruits. to sea moss. You see mango sea moss. You see pineapple sea moss. Yeah. And that's cool for a short term, but if you're going to package that and sit that on a shelf, just the science alone behind sea moss and fruits and shelf life don't match up. Because sea moss, once it's in gel form, once you've rehydrated, it really should be good for about 3 to 4 weeks. Now your fruits, unless you're doing using some extra preservative method that'll preserve those fruits intermingle with that sea moss, that shelf life doesn't quite match up because fruits really should not have high quality once it's been exposed to oxygen. That is the enemy, oxygen. When fruits get oxygenated, it starts to deteriorate. Gotcha. So you keep opening and closing the lid, that fruit is becoming oxygenated. So you're really shortening the shelf life of your sea moss. So for me, when I work with sea moss, I like to tell clients all the time, look, this is unflavored. If you want to add fruits to it, take smaller portions out, use a blender, add your own fruit, so add like a serving as you go.
Gotcha.
Instead of mixing all together, now you got to hurry up and try to get that sea moss down.
Okay. So where can people get the bar, the juice, and the sea moss at?
So it's actually a combination of two companies. So Mad Harvest and Unaltered are two different companies. Okay. I'm a part of both of them. Very fortunate. So with these two companies, you have Mad Harvest that you can find online at madharvest.com, and it's not MAD, but it's actually MAAAD. Yeah. Now, why you got 3 A's? Because we got triple quality product and triple quality service. That's why. And you need to understand that. So you can find it online. Locally in South Florida, we do pop-ups in different farmers markets on the weekend. Okay. So you can find us in Fort Lauderdale, or you can find us in Coconut Creek, Plantation, sometimes even Parkland. See us at farmers markets. But the biggest thing I get people to understand, we deliver. It's a part of us making this type of product accessible. So you can order online and we can deliver product to you.
If somebody's out of state, can you?
So right now, the sea moss we can ship. The bars, which again, we're kind of in a partnership with Unaltered, but we are able to ship the bars as well. Mm-hmm. Because our juices are not pasteurized. That's a whole other thing. We don't pasteurize our juice currently. The whole pasteurization process is something that is necessary to be on most retail shelves. Gotcha. Because what you're doing is going through a process, whether it's a heat process or a pressurized process, to actually extend the shelf life of the fruits and vegetables that you have pressed that juice out of.
Is that what cold press means?
So cold press is not pasteurization, but cold press is when it's the process of getting the juice out. Because you can either use a pressing method, which is using like hydraulic force, or you can use like a blade method where you just basically it's going through and being cut up and it's shredding, and that shredding process is actually extracting the juice. Okay. So cold press is popular because doing that method, you create less heat. When you create less heat, then you have you're losing fewer nutrients in that process.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's why cold press is really more popular. You're getting the most bang for your buck when it comes to nutrients.
So we'll make sure that we put the links on the at the bottom in the description, so if people want something, they can go to your website and.
That'd be dope. Yes.
So before we move on, the pasteurization. Mm-hmm. That's that makes it last longer, which takes the freshness out of it.
So, I won't say the freshness. I will say the nutrient quality is depleted some. So, understand this. As soon as you harvest, as soon as you pull a fruit or vegetable, whether it's from a tree or from the ground, as soon as it loses that connection to the source, the nutrients start to deplete. Okay. So, understand that from day one, once you extract it, you pull this papaya from the tree, nutrients starting to go down. Now it sits on a shelf, sits in a warehouse to get to a grocery store. You're still losing some nutrients. Mm-hmm. So now we go through a process where you might heat that fruit up. Heat changes the chemical structure of a fruit or a vegetable. So now you lose more nutrients. So through these processes, whether it's heat or pressure, you lose some nutrients, but the freshness, it still tastes fresh. Yeah. They still taste good. But it's just from an actual nutrient absorption standpoint, you're not going to maximize how much, whether it's vitamins or minerals that may be in that fruit, you're not going to maximize the amount that you possibly could absorb because once it leaves the ground, it's been through at least 1, maybe 2, 3 weeks before it's gotten to you, before it's actually gotten to your gut. Mm-hmm. So that's ultimately what's happening. You're losing the actual nutrient value, but it will still taste great.
Yeah. Man, this is very informative, very good. And it was, you're vegan yourself.
So this is what is interesting about my story. I do not call myself vegan. I completely understand the message and the philosophy behind it. Literally understand that you do not have to kill for you to live, and understand the impact of consuming or creating more demand for animals. Understand what that impact does on the environment. But I still will cook meat. So I don't eat any meat. Since October 2019, I let go of any animal-based products. Wow. So dairy, cheese, eggs, chicken, fish. Like, it's weird to me. People have told me, I don't eat meat, but I eat fish. No, it's still flesh. So it's, yes. So I don't eat any animal-based products myself, but I still cook meat. And that's what also amazes some clients, that I'm able to still cook you a chicken dish or lamb chops or steak dish, and I don't taste it. Yeah. But I believe sometimes you have a gift where you can do something like that. Like, I can season through smell, through sight, and understand, like, this is going to taste good. Like, I know I can marinate something. I'll put together some herbs, some spices. This is going to taste good. It's got to put it on this dish. And also reading. Yeah. You read tons of cookbooks. You read. There's certain just set flavor profiles. You understand what basil goes well. You understand first of all, salt and pepper goes well with almost everything. So you start there. But you understand what paprika may go good with, what ginger may go good with. Understand what onions, if you're going to use a shallot, use a yellow onion, red onion. You learn all these different things from reading, and then you can apply it. So I just use that gift and that knowledge to enhance meat dishes. So I'm not vegan, but I am plant-based.
Gotcha.
But I look at it this way. Me going this route helps people to be exposed to more plant-based dishes. They're still eating meat, but I can get them and say, hey, we're going to do a meatless Monday. Or sometimes I don't even tell them. I say, hey, this tastes good. Let me know what you think. Yeah. And if they don't even think about it, like, oh, shoot. That's dope.
That's good. Okay, so we wrap this up. You have bars. You have juices. You have sea moss. You do...
I will cook in the home.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to go through...
We'll do health coaching, because I got to make sure you understand this statement. And I'll even take the apron off of this. Okay. So one of the things that has become important to me, as you know about my passion, is food, and understand what food does. So my message is, hey, you gotta love food that loves you back. Yeah. I want people to understand, when you recognize, when you eat with intention, when you eat food that has a benefit, it will give you a better quality of life. So it's not about eating perfectly, but it's about making progress towards eating foods that can taste good and be good for you. So that is also part of my mission, as I continue to just do more things around food and getting people to enjoy food experiences.
That's dope, man. That's good you have a passion. That's good you have the knowledge. I need to try one again. Which one I didn't have? Was it this one?
That's the pineapple with sea moss. It may have been the carrot, so the carrot recharge is another dope one. Make sure you shake. Anytime you deal with cold pressed juice, shake, because you see how it kind of separates. Yeah. Shake and enjoy.
My last question. What's your goal?
My goal is to spend enough time in the kitchen where I'm able to create products that large amounts of people can enjoy, and then eventually be able to... The pineapple does the magic. I just get into the bottom. Then eventually go from the kitchen to being able to continue to have these conversations, to be able to have a larger platform. If it's doing a TEDx, if it's being on more podcasts, but being able to get people to understand food from a practical lens and help them to see how they can just use flavor to make healthier things. Be prepared. Get people to eat at home a little bit more. Not all the time, but at least a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So my focus is work in the kitchen, produce food for more people to eat, and then being able to speak and educate and just share information to get people to understand that food does not have to be what takes you out. We're all going to die. I'm going to die. I get that. But I will not let food be my killer. Yeah. That is what my mission is, to show people that food does not have to take you out.
And if somebody wanted coaching, does that include, like, even if they go out to eat, you can kind of tell them what to
do? Because everybody's not going to make the time to cook. A lot of people don't know how to cook. It's okay. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to go out, let's make smart choices. So what I do is with my clients, I will take time out no matter where they live. You don't have to be in Florida, but wherever you are, I'll find restaurants or look at menus and say, hey, these are some of the top things you want to do. Even give them lists of this. These are foods you always want to make sure are in your meal. So I help them to understand these are choices you want to have. And these are restaurants that can give you that choice. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, there's a lot of restaurants you can go to and order off the menu. Some people don't realize if you're somebody that's spending extra money, or you're going to certain high-end restaurants that may have a price point over, like, say, $40 or $50 per plate, you can actually tell the chef, hey, I don't eat meat. Can you just do something cool with some vegetables? You'd be surprised at how many chefs will actually love that challenge. Because
they get to do something else.
Exactly.
Got you.
So you can, challenge a chef to say, can you do this and just use these ingredients? A lot of times, a lot of nice restaurants will do that. Okay. Yeah, but also ask the question. I get them to ask questions. Hey, what kind of oil do you use? Can you possibly use this type of oil? Well, matter of fact, use ghee versus using olive oil. Mm-hmm. So you can get clients to be in an external environment and make great choices in that environment.
So we wrap it up. You want to give out any contact information, athletes, families, whatever, where anybody can reach you at?
Well, of course. So a lot of things are done through Mad Harvest, even though it's kind of a merger of Blank Canvas Cooking, but you can find me at Mad Harvest. So Pat at Mad Harvest, that's P-A-T at M-A-A-A-D harvest.com. You can reach me there and ask any question that comes to having me come in and cook, whether it's doing a special event, private event, birthday party, intimate dinner, doing some meal prep stuff in your home, teach you how to cook. Some especially some men, I have a couple of friends who got divorced, like, Pat, I need your help. Yeah. My wife ain't around anymore. I don't know what to do. So if you need to just learn how to cook some simple dishes, then I'm happy to do that as well. You can reach me at my phone number, 305-281-7302. Give me a shout. Give me a call. Look forward to being able to assist. I'm also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Mad Harvest will be the tag on all three of those. Mad Harvest with 3 A's in it. Find me any three of those. And TikTok, I was pushing back on TikTok for the longest. I pushed back on it for the longest. I swear, I'm like, dude, I'm over 40 years. I have no problem saying I'm over 40 years old. I can't do TikTok. But it's just another way to reach people. Yeah. Another platform. So yes, even on TikTok, you can find me there. Reach out. And my goal, once again, is to get people to learn how to love food that loves them back, and just truly embrace eating in a way that gives you a high quality of life.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man, for having us. Everything was great. I'm amazed. I've learned a lot. And it's going to help me with my journey.
You don't feel tired? That's another good thing.
I'm full, but I feel like I still feel light. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. The juice is great. The sea moss is great. I had the bar last time, and I just appreciate your passion and, giving your knowledge out, because we hear we're supposed to eat sea moss and we're supposed to do this, but then when you don't get a detailed description, you just kind of like walking in the crowd, but you're kind of like breaking things down, and it all makes sense. And man, I appreciate it. Thanks for having us. And another episode of Life and Times in Tub City with Chef Pat.
Peace.
Want to save your HOA money on your home services while enjoying the benefits of living in a community? Pin Plus, the ultimate platform that brings neighbors together under one powerful concept: power in numbers. Communities can now negotiate group discounted pricing on essential home services, trash, pest control, pool maintenance, and so much more, all at unbeatable rates. Transform your home service experience today. Visit www.mypinplus.com today for more information.
All right.